Excellent.
Yes, thank you. Hope you can hear me and we found my presentation. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. As I was introduced, my name is K.LEVOLA and I'm coming from far north Finland. And today I'm going to tell you about the maintenance contracts in Finland. Actually, about the routine maintenance contracts, even this is a pavement congress. I'm not an expert of the pavements, but I'm very pleased to be invited here to tell you something about the greetings from Finland. So, my presentation content, there's a little bit background information about us. Then there are two types of PPMCs we are using in Finland. I will tell something about them, and then, of course, the conclusions at the end. But something a little bit about Finland. You can see the world map over there, and there's Finland located in northern Europe. There's approximately 5.5 million inhabitants in the area of 340 square kilometers. So Finland has a large surface area, but it's quite sparsely populated outside the southern Finland. So you can see the main road network on the map, but there's also a lot of rural network also. So there's approximately 79,000 kilometers public road network, and the climate conditions differ in the various parts of the country. There's both the coastal and the continental climate areas. In the southern part of the country, for example, the winters are quite unstable. It rains and snow, the snow melts, the temperature is under or below the 0 centigrade. It's changing a lot. And in the winter, in the north, there's the Arctic Circle and the Lapland. There the winters are very stable. There's minus degrees, a lot of snow. It's changing a lot. But this is the area we are working for. A little bit more about the Finnish Transport Administration. There is a Ministry of Transport and Communication, and under their supervision there is a Finnish Transport Agency, FTA, and the ELY centers. Because in the beginning of 2010, the merger of Finnish railroad and maritime administrations got into one organization known as FTA. FTA is responsible, for example, coordination and national standards in the road traffic maintenance, and then there are those 9 ELY centers, which were partially composed from the former 9 Finnish road administrations regional offices. And at the moment, the ELY centers are responsible for maintenance and functionality of the road transport assets and systems. So they make operational decisions and the local coordination. Even we are working together a lot with the FTA and ELY centers. We are the separate administrations, but anyway, we are working together. But about our contracts, first I will introduce our typical multi-annual maintenance contract, the PPMC, which we have used more than 15 years at the moment. We have 79 contracts, all of them in 5 years duration. and they are all publicly tendered, so outsourced. There you can see the map of Finland. Unfortunately, the texts are in Finnish, but don't mind. In the different colors, you can see the contractors. We have 6 main contractors at the moment, but a lot of the hundreds of subcontractors working in Finland at the moment. So our PPMCs, there's a quality control, and the level of service is responsible by contractor all over the year, by 24/7. So there is a winter maintenance, such as snow plowing, prevention of slippery conditions, or de-icing. There's summer maintenance, like maintaining rural gravel roads, grass and brush cutting, repairing some potholes, not the real pavement, but some potholes, and other duties like continuous monitoring of the road systems and other authoritative duties. There's a lot of cooperation and responsibilities with the client and the other officers in Finland. So this is a little bit more about our typical BBMC. As you saw on the previous picture, our maintenance is totally outsourced in the form of area contracts. We are using the PPMC model, and we are also using the fixed price. So all the maintenance in public network is financed by government budget at the moment. We don't have tolls, only taxes at the moment. I don't know what's coming on future. So the FTA specify the national policy, the quality standards, and the guidelines of the procurement process in cooperation with the ELY centers. And then the regional ELY centers are clients doing the competitive biddings in practice and paying to contractors. And then the contractor organize all the work, choose the procedures, and is also responsible for the quality control. And client just check randomly the quality, one kind of quality checks or spot checks. And a little bit more about the quality assurance. It's ensured in 2 phases. So our goal is to select a contractor that has all the capabilities required for producing a high quality maintenance. In one contract, the length of network is from 500 to 2,000 kilometers. So the minimum requirements vary in different type of contracts. But anyway, all of them, during the tendering process, they have to write an action and a quality plan, and there's a qualitative evaluation of tenders. And then during the term of contract, there are some reviews, site meetings, and audits made by client, and of course some spot checks. And we also have the systems or the programs where the client is able to see what's going on, what and where, and how much amount of salt they are using, and that kind of things. But anyway, even we have used this PPMC model quite long, and it has served well. We are still thinking that some changes are needed at the moment. We are looking for still more flexibility, more intense cooperation between the client and contractor, and more often with the subcontractors who mostly operate the maintenance works. We've been thinking the open book principles in costs, and as a client, we have to underscore the service, leading, and organizational capabilities of the main contractor to keep it close and go well. Sorry. So and one more thing, we have heard a lot about the new technologies and connected vehicles here, V2V, V2I, that kind of systems. Here, car companies are innovating new systems all the time. I'm sure that it will also change a lot in the maintenance quality control and the data. And that's the reason we are also looking for to gather quality data while working instead of separate inspections or spot checks. Because I think it's better to know what's the conditions in the network, that instead of just see or hear that someone has driven the snowplow. I hope you got my point. But anyway, this is the one reason we have created a new model. Even the PPMC is still working well. And we have given our own name for it because we didn't know it has been used anywhere else. So we call it as a project managed PPMC, and it's applicable to all type of contracts, and it's based upon principles and guidelines from the project management, alliance model, and the traditional PPMC contracts. So it's one kind of cocktail where we have tried to find the best parts of all those three models. It's using a target price concept instead of fixed price, which we have used in PPMC, but it also includes the typical routine and periodic maintenance services. So the maintenance works are just the same as in PPMC, only the tendering process, price mechanism, and our goal to cooperate more are different from PPMC. So we believe that the target price concept is one way to create more cooperation and planning between the client, contractor, and also the subcontractors we have. So there you can see our goals. So, of course, our main goal is to provide services from a road user's perspective and provide a flexibility for these services. We try to allow for variations during the contract period, planning together. These are the parts of the alliance model, if you know that, the principles of that. And also one of our goals is to get a better subcontracting management and encourage our main contractors to innovate and develop the maintenance works. And also we can offer with this new model, we can offer a reasonable risk sharing and a better cooperation. And the benefits for us as a client should be the management. It should be a more reasonable, and amount of inspection should be lower, because also the client knows all the subcontracts and see all the costs in real time, so we are closer the everyday life. So a little bit about the tender evaluation process, how to get a good contractor in this project managed PPMC. We are using the competitive negotiated method in 2 phases. And the award is based upon the most overall economical beneficial. There are evaluation factors. There's a 15% for quality, 15 for the main contractor's key personnel, and 70 for the price person. And the key personnel is composed of the service and organizational capabilities evaluation. It's one kind of a test, and then of written examinations made by a contractor. And the quality assessment has been evaluated from the submitted quality plans, but we're changing a method, and we are going to use one kind of functional quality promises. I don't know a real correct term or a good word, but they are one kind of commitments where the contractor promise us to lead and act the way like subcontractors' education, development, bonus systems, and that kind of things. And then that way they also get more points in a quality evaluation process. And they are just promising things, making commitments, and acting like they have promised during the contract. So the conclusion, I'm not sure I didn't keep my 15 minutes, but anyway, there's a conclusions. Just a few notes I hope you to remember. So there's all maintenance contracts are publicly tendered and use the PPMC model in Finland at the moment, but the new model is still needed to get even more flexibility and cooperation between the client and contractors. And we have piloted this project managed PPMC model since 2014. We have 3 contracts ongoing, and from now on, we have made the decision that all the road maintenance contracts will be tendered using the project managed PPMC. The words. But anyway, I took almost 25 minutes, but thank you. That was the end of my presentation, and thank you.
Thank you very much for this presentation, Katja. Any questions to Katja on her presentation? Sir? Would you please introduce yourself before asking a question?
Thank you. My name is Dan Lancashire. I come from the International Customs Forum at the OECD. I find your presentation very interesting because we're just wrapping up another piece of work that I did in a different session this morning, and it's about uncertainty in contracts. So I just wanted to stress that I find that you're going in the right direction. But I would also like to stress that this is a unique opportunity for Finland to do an ex-post analysis in 2023. Because you are moving from one system of contracting to another system of contracting. And for different reasons all over Europe, we don't really know how different contract types and pricing mechanisms on average perform. So I would really urge you to collect the data on the current contracts and on the future contracts and do the analysis
So this was not a question, but a recommendation, I understand, from the OECD. Good. Is there
But I
any-
promise to do my best.
Is there any real question? Gentlemen.
Thank you, madam. Good presentation of your home.
Thank you.
I am from India, Vietnam. I'm a doctor. We are doing COVID technology in India extensively. So far, more than 6,000 kilometers has been constructed using COVID technology. Just simple question.
Please speak close to the mic.
Yes. Madam, in Finland, how do you ensure your exhibition quality? What I have understood that you take a tender from government or corporate and give the contract to the contractor, and the contractor is executing the maintenance or construction. Okay.
So-
So how do you ensure the quality of exhibition?
So how do we ensure the contractor is doing her work just exact we have ordered? At the moment, we just have spot checks, and we also have some programs and the websites. We can, yeah.
Who is evaluating the quality execution
Yeah.
of your road maintenance? Who is evaluating?
Yeah.
Suppose you are taking the contract and the contractor
Yeah.
and executing it. I would say that this is the quality execution, but it has to be evaluated by the third party. That means it will be from government agency or other reputed QC department. How do you ensure this? Quality execution of your road maintenance. Yes.
I'm not sure if I understood correct, but
Your contractor is doing the maintenance of
Yes.
your road. Okay. So it needs to be the quality maintenance.
yes.
Who is the responsible people who ensures that it is quality maintenance?
It's the first of all, it's they are doing that as a, they have to keep sure that they make a quality. But we, as a client, we have spot checks and several systems to see what they have done. But anyhow, at the moment we can see what they have done, but we would like to see the quality, and this is the future.
Since how many years you are in this line? Since how many years?
The new tendering process, or
Since 10 years, 12 years, 15 years, you are in the road maintenance, you are?
the tender, the contracts they last 5 years.
Do you have some evaluation certificate on your
All-
road maintenance? Do you have
Yeah, in the whole country, or in the one area contract. Because in the one area contract they made a.
every year, how many kilometers you are conducting road maintenance for your contractor? How many kilometers? It is 2,000 kilometers, 5,000 kilometers, 10,000 kilometers? Every year, how many kilometers?
They are.
Okay,
Okay. Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
yeah,
we
okay.
can continue. Because I think it was not enough time. Yes,
Okay,
just
please.
continue. Thank you.
Okay, you may have some further conversation after this. Thank you very much. Anyway, it's good to have questions, actually. Our next speaker is a gentleman coming from Australia, down under, but he's not from down under, he's from Downer, if I got it right. That's Mr. Ross Joachim. Ross is a civil engineer with over 30 years of experience